everybody, how's it going? Stoud Man is back at you again, and we're gonna finish up our video that we started yesterday. So yesterday's video I started talking about FYE sale that I took advantage of, 20% off all used Blu-rays. They also had 20% off of used DVDs and CDs, I believe, but I took advantage of the used Blu-ray deal. So if you go back and watch the video I did yesterday, you'll see that I picked up quite a few interesting titles that were very cheesy in nature. So yeah, I figured today I would do the rest of the movies that I picked up. So without further ado, let's get into some of the kid movies that I picked up, the kind of child or family oriented movies that I picked up, because there are some of them that I like, and this is one that I actually really liked when I was growing up, so I figured why not pick it up on Blu-ray. I'm sure that it's, since it's been so long since I've seen it, that I probably don't like it nearly as much as I did when I was a kid, but whatever. I still picked up Milo and Otis, The Adventures of Milo and Otis, here on Blu-ray. Saw this many times, I believe, on the Disney Channel years ago. It's probably a Touchstone thing, or I don't know. Like, all I know is that I saw it like on Disney Channel and whatnot. It was one of those movies that sometimes I'd even rent from time to time, because it's very much like a heartwarming kind of fun little adventure that if you're a kid you can enjoy, and it's got the adventures of a talking cat and talking dog. I don't know what it is about this. Like, now that I'm in my 30s, I'm like, I don't know what it is about this that I really had an attachment to. But yeah, I feel like this was a really good movie, and I haven't seen it in so long that I really needed to revisit it. And maybe I'm going to revisit it and be like, what the hell did I ever see in this? But you know what? I love cats. I love dogs. More of a cat person, but dogs are cool too. So why not? Why not pick up Milo and Otis? And another movie like this that I really enjoyed when I was growing up was Homeward Bound. Didn't like the second one too much, but the first one was pretty good. And then there was also the original one that the 90s version was based on. But I like the remake that they did in the 90s. Homeward Bound, fantastic movie, kind of similar in style to Milo and Otis, but Milo and Otis is much more kid-friendly, child-friendly version of that. So yeah, really like this movie, and I think it was like $5 or something like that. So hey, not spending too much money. Next up, it's almost Halloween, so why not pick up Monster House? This was like $3 or something, I don't know. But either way, I saw this in theaters when it came out, and I was actually pleasantly surprised. I didn't feel like it was like the best movie I'd ever seen, but it was worth the money I spent to go see it in theaters. It was like a solid 6 or 7 out of 10. It's a pretty good movie. It's not the best animated movie you're ever going to see. It's got an interesting animation style, as you can kind of see on the back here. The CGI is kind of interesting, but regardless of whether or not you like the CGI style, the style of CGI that they use, the story is pretty good, and it's pretty scary, and it's definitely one of those, well, I don't know if I would say it's scary, but it's kind of creepy, and it's definitely one of those movies that I would love to watch during the Halloween season. You could easily pair this with something like Hocus Pocus and have a great time, you know what I mean? So fuck yeah, finally picked up Monster House. I know it's available on 3D Blu-ray too, but I didn't care to pick that up. Speaking of monsters, we have Monsters. I recently saw the sequel to this, actually, that's on Netflix. I don't think I did a Netflix pick on it. Maybe I did. But either way, that one is definitely a movie you should check out. It's on Netflix. The sequel to this is very good. It's very different, too. The sequel is more of a war movie than it is anything else. This is kind of sort of found footage-y movie where You've got a couple of people who are trying to make it out of, or not out of, but through a like demilitarized zone, and the zone that they're trying to make it through is like full of monsters. It's very dangerous. So it's like taking the approach of it being a real world scenario, that there are now monsters in the world, like aliens that have come down and are becoming a huge problem to people in the world, and maybe this is how we would handle it. Maybe not the other way, but this way. Because, in a lot of the alien invasion movies that we see, it's always either, it's either A, they're very bad and they're trying to kill us all, or B, they're very good and they just want to be our friend, like an E.T. Or Close Encounters. So you got the Spielbergian version of the story where it's a good thing, and you've got everyone else's version of the story where it's a bad thing. And this one kind of asks, okay, let's assume that it's maybe not that good of a thing, but that, so maybe it's a bad thing, but let's ask how we would actually behave, how we would actually react to that kind of a situation. Because the assumption is always that we'd freak out and we wouldn't be able to deal with it. But this movie posits that not only are we dealing with it, but that we are, we are accepting that this is the way the world is now, and I like that about this movie, because it feels like amid all the hopelessness that's in this movie, there is that glimmer of hope there in that concept that that people can accept an idea that to them seems completely foreign, that an entire civilization of people can accept that there are other alien beings out there that would crash land on our planet and fucking become like a nuisance and a danger to us. Like, they can totally accept that. That to me is really a cool idea. I don't know if it's true. I don't know if it would be true, if that would actually happen, but I do like the idea that maybe something like that could happen. Of course, this is directed by Gareth Edwards, who went on to do the Godzilla movie, I believe. Godzilla movie, yeah. Which was a very good movie, obviously, and I picked that up as well. I really like monsters. I liked the Monsters Dark Continent, and I liked Godzilla for that matter. So yeah, Gareth Edwards is fucking A-okay in my book. Although I don't think he did the sequel, but either way, I liked all of them. I liked all of those. Anyways, continuing on with horror movies, this is one I believe that I did a... No, I didn't do one for this, did I? Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. Netflix picks. But I discovered it on Netflix anyways. Mr. Jones, Mr. Jones and me. You might think, Mr. Jones, that seems like a strange title for a movie, and what's up with this weird, creepy title, or cover art here? Well, it's actually, again, a found footage horror movie. And it's a really creepy one at that, because for the longest time you don't really know what's going on, and honestly you can watch the whole movie and not really get everything that's going on, but that's okay, because the story is told so well and it's so fucking creepy and weird and fucking what the fuck is going on that it genuinely is scary, and the story is so intriguing and interesting that it doesn't even matter if you get the whole story, because you're getting enough story to like really start questioning what the fuck is going on here and start getting really creeped out by it. If you like found footage movies at all, any kind of found footage, I highly recommend Mr. Jones. You definitely have to check this out. And actually, this was the one that cost me the most. It was like $6 or something like that. But I don't mind paying that, because great fucking movie. You absolutely have to see it. Probably one of my favorite found footage movies now. I mean, it wasn't before I saw it, but then I saw it, and I discovered it was fucking amazing, and now, immediately, like, at the top of the list. Just immediately goes to the top of the list for me. Next up, we have a movie that I have been waiting for years to find on Blu-ray at a decent price. Road to Perdition. This movie is fantastic. I sent the DVD to a friend of mine, Zarin Isaac, after I found out that it was coming on Blu-ray. And then it came out on Blu-ray, and it would never drop in price until I found it for about $5 here from used from FYE, and I'm happy. Finally have it back in my collection. Road to Perdition is such an amazing fucking movie, directed by Sam Mendes. He's a great director, an underrated director at that. I haven't seen it in so long that I honestly don't remember everything about it, but I remember it being really fucking good. Like, the cinematography is excellent, the fucking story is excellent, everything about this movie is excellent. And of course it stars Tom Hanks in the lead role. He does a pretty damn good job. There's also Paul Newman and Jude Law in there. So hey, you can't go wrong there. Very, very good movie. Very glad to have this back in my collection. Can't wait to check it out again soon. Next up we have a movie that I haven't actually seen all of. I've only seen part of when it was on TV at one point. But from what I did see, like, everything about what I saw was so fucking cool and so fucking well done that I wanted to see more of it. Honestly, it was reminding me of, like, Godfather. So I really wanted to see the rest of it. And that was We Own the Night, starring Joaquin Phoenix, Mark Wahlberg, Eva Mendes, and Robert Duvall, among others. This is one that I would love to watch alongside something like, what's the movie with Leo DiCaprio and fucking, brain, why won't you function? You know the one I'm talking about. The Departed. Thank you, brain. This is one I would like to watch with The Departed or The Town or something like that. It's very much one of those East Coast kind of gang kind of drama movies, I guess is what I would call it. Sort of action-y. There's definitely a few action scenes in this. Detective story going on there at some point. And I recall this being, like, from what I saw of it, I recall it being very good and very interesting, so I always wanted to see the rest of it. And now that I was able to pick it up for a really good price, fuck yeah, I own it on Blu-ray. It is mine. We Own the Night. Can't wait to check that out finally. Last but not least is the one I paid the least for. This was like $1. Sugar. I don't know if any of you people out there are baseball fans, but Sugar is a highly regarded movie by baseball fans everywhere because it really is like a realistic look at what it's really like to try to break into the major leagues when you're coming at it from a different country. You know what I mean? Because a lot of the major league stars that we have in baseball today are actually transplants from, like, Puerto Rico and whatnot, and they make their way up through the system there, and eventually they make their way to the bigs. Sometimes they don't. And this story is kind of all about that. It's all about a guy who's just trying to make it big. He's just trying to get out of his current situation where he lives. I think he's a Puerto Rican. No, Dominican Republic. I'm sorry. He's just trying to get out of his situation where he lives in the Dominican Republic and make a name for himself and become a better man, essentially, and to improve himself. And this is all about his journey there and what it's like to actually go through that. And it's one of the first times that we've actually seen, like, an accurate representation of that story out there, which is odd because that story is so familiar to anybody who pays attention to Major League Baseball nowadays. That story is the story of, like, 3/4 of the people who even play baseball today. Most of them have come from similar situations to this. You know what I mean? So, or I don't know if I would say 3/4, but a good significant portion of them have come through situations like this. So, it's definitely an important thing if you're a baseball fan. definitely an important thing to understand how that whole story plays out, or how it can play out sometimes. I believe this is based on an actual story too. So, yeah. I watched it and I really liked it. I thought it was a really good movie. I didn't think it was like the best movie ever, but I thought it was one of the best baseball movies I'd ever seen. So to be able to pick this up for a buck, damn straight I'm going to do that every goddamn day of the week. And that, as they say, is that. That's everything I got at FYE, including what I picked up, what I showed you in the last video. If you didn't get a chance to see that video, you can go back and check that out now to see the entirety of what I picked up. Oh man, I got some good deals there. Again, all told, I picked up 11 titles for 37 bucks and some change. You do the math and tell me if you think that's a good deal. That is less than $4 a title, all told. Just so we're clear here. I mean, I think I made a good deal. I always know how to get them deals, son. Actually, let me know something. Let me know if you would like me to do a video series about deals like this. Because I could see myself doing a series about Blu-ray deals that are going on each week, you know what I mean? I mean, sometimes, some weeks, there are literally no sales. There's nothing to talk about. But other weeks, it's like there are some sales here and there that maybe not everybody knows about. And maybe I could do a video talking about that. So if you are interested in that kind of thing, if you want to help, if you want me to help you get the deals, let me know, and I will think about doing that video series. Because I've been thinking about it for a while, and hey, if I get people supporting me and saying, yeah, I want to see it, then you damn skippy, I'm going to start doing that. Anyways, thanks for watching, you guys. Catch you later. Peace.